Macaulay Culkin, the iconic child star of the 1990s, has candidly discussed his decision to pause his acting career during his teenage years, seeking the ordinary experiences that eluded him amid extraordinary fame. Now in his mid-40s, Culkin looks back on that choice with clarity, emphasizing the desire for normalcy in a life dominated by the spotlight from a very young age. Culkin's breakthrough came with roles in major films, most notably as the clever Kevin McAllister in the beloved holiday classic Home Alone. These projects often placed him front and center, carrying the weight of the story largely on his young shoulders. Unlike ensemble casts where interactions abound, many of his early works involved extensive solo scenes, amplifying the isolation that came with being the focal point. Drawing a humorous yet poignant parallel, Culkin compared his experience in Home Alone to being stranded like the character in Castaway, but without even a volleyball for company. Interactions with co-stars like Joe Pesci were limited to a handful of scenes, leaving much of the filming to him alone in expansive sets. This solitude on screen mirrored aspects of his off-screen life, where the demands of stardom restricted typical childhood and teenage activities. At 14, Culkin made the deliberate choice to step back, driven by a yearning for peer connections and everyday adolescent milestones. He wanted to date, attend parties, hang out with friends his own age, and participate in events like Bar Mitzvahs, simple rites of passage that fame had caused him to miss. The constant scrutiny and professional obligations left little room for these foundational experiences. Culkin's entry into acting wasn't born from relentless ambition, it unfolded organically. He excelled at it from the start, booking roles effortlessly without actively pursuing fame. It became a natural progression, one that propelled him to unprecedented heights as one of the era's most recognizable child actors. However, the trappings of that success proved enduring. He famously described fame as a bell that can't be unrung or toothpaste that can't be put back in the tube, metaphors for its permanence. Once achieved at such a level, it alters life's trajectory irrevocably. Privacy diminishes, public perception solidifies, and normalcy becomes elusive. Culkin's hiatus was an attempt to reclaim some of that ordinariness, even if the bell continued to echo. This reflection comes amid his resurgence in the public eye, with roles in recent projects and a more balanced approach to career and personal life. Fatherhood and marriage have brought new perspectives, allowing him to navigate fame on his own terms. Yet, the insights into his past reveal the complexities faced by child stars, many of whom grapple with the long-term effects of early success. Culkin's story resonates within discussions about the entertainment industry's impact on young performers. Protection, mental health support, and boundaries have become focal points in recent years, informed by experiences like his. His decision to prioritize personal growth over continued stardom was bold, especially given the momentum of his career. Humor underscores much of Culkin's commentary, lightening the weight of these revelations. Comparing his solo filming to desert island isolation highlights the absurdity while acknowledging the reality. It humanizes the megastar, reminding audiences that behind the on-screen antics was a child navigating extraordinary circumstances. Today, Culkin engages with his legacy playfully, from cameos to podcasts, embracing the Home Alone association while expanding beyond it. His break allowed for that evolution, providing space to mature away from constant cameras. The irreversibility of fame serves as a cautionary yet philosophical note. It doesn't diminish his achievements but frames them within a broader human context. Culkin didn't seek the spotlight aggressively, it found him and he adapted as best he could. His experiences contribute to ongoing conversations about work-life balance in Hollywood, particularly for minors. Advocacy for better regulation stems partly from stories like his, aiming to ensure future generations can ring the bell without it drowning out their youth. In sharing these thoughts, Culkin offers wisdom laced with wit, portraying fame not as a villain but as an unchangeable force. His path, from child prodigy to intentional hiatus to contented adulthood, illustrates resilience and self-awareness.